Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Darrell saga. And today's episode, we're going to start with the questioning of Kori Runkle, which is really interesting. And this is one of the things that I love about doing this rewatch with you guys, is that I found out a lot of details that I missed while I was editing, like unlike the one before. So it's gonna be really interesting, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys for the likes. Remember, like Rory's here. Like, say hello, Rory. Look at her. Rory's here, and she wants to tell you that if you guys make it to 100 likes, if we make it a video to 100 likes, she's gonna get one of these dental sticks. You want one of these? You want one of these? I'll give you one later. But yeah, if you guys can help me with a like, I would really appreciate it. If help us grow, you help us get more people in the awesome community that we already have, and I would really appreciate that. But yeah, before we start the video, remember that you guys are great. You guys matter, and I'm really happy that you guys are here. And if you can do me a favor, please text someone that. You send them a message, or if you have your son, your mother, anyone around you, just approach them and tell them that, because you never know when someone needs it. All right, now that, let's get into the video.
Really quick on the record, if I may.
We're going to call the next witness. Do you have we have the jury in the courtroom. Do you have a question, sir?
I would have a oral tennis motion I would like to be put on the record.
If you have a motion, you'll have to wait until after the next witness is called. Write it down, submit it on paper, and I'll review whether it's appropriate for this court to address. All right, the state may call the next witness.
Yeah, because remember, at this point, this is pushing it. Like, they're going overtime for this witness because he came from really far away. So she's like, we gotta move on, sir.
My name is Kori Runkle, and it's spelled Korirunkel.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Runkle. Do you know a person named Erica Patterson?
Yes.
How do you know that person?
From the shelter.
What shelter are you talking about?
Women's shelter.
What city is the women's shelter in?
Waukesha.
And when did you meet Erica Patterson?
Around probably October, I think.
Okay. You are not used to testifying in court, right?
Not really.
I'm going to ask you to scoot a little bit forward. The nice lady in front of you is...
Microphone a little bit, a little closer. I think that'll help.
We just have to make sure that everybody can hear, especially the court reporter in front of you, because she's writing everything down, okay?
Okay.
So can you answer, when did you meet Erica Patterson?
I like that about Zach. That little detail that he did right there, because you can tell that she's nervous just being up there. And she was like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna pause a little bit. We're gonna adjust the mic, and he makes her feel a little bit comfortable, I think. That's good.
Either October or November.
Of what year?
21 this year.
2021?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you meet her at the women's shelter that you're
Yeah.
talking about? Okay. What was your living arrangements at the shelter?
Okay, it wasn't this year. It was last year, I think.
2021.
Yeah.
Okay. And what were your living arrangements at the women's shelter?
We were bunking together.
You and Erica?
Yeah.
Okay. While you were bunking together with Erica at the women's shelter, did Erica ever talk about a boyfriend of hers?
It wasn't her boyfriend.
Okay. Did she ever talk about a man?
Yeah.
And did she ever provide the name of that man?
Yeah.
What was it?
Darrell Brooks.
Okay. Were you with Erica on the afternoon of November 21st, 2021?
Yes, until I split up with her.
Okay. Can you tell us where you were with Erica before you split up with her?
I forgot what park it was, but we were at like the park where the dragonfly was, except for we were at the docks.
Is that in Waukesha?
Yeah.
Okay. And the docks, are you talking about a river?
Yeah.
So the park by the river?
Yeah.
Okay. What were
I think it's really nice. I think Waukesha seems like a really nice place to be. Like they have parks, they have rivers. It seems like a really great town, and I will visit it. And I don't know where I'm gonna be in Wisconsin, but it seems like a really nice town.
you doing with Erica in the park?
Hanging out.
Okay. Was anybody with you?
Yeah. Kyle.
Okay. And you mentioned that you split up with Erica at some point. Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you remember why?
To go hang out with Nick.
Do you know Nick's last name?
Kirby.
Okay. And Erica didn't go with you.
No.
Okay. So what happened after you split up with Erica?
She met up with Darrell.
How do you know that?
Because she was on the phone with him and they said that they were going to meet up.
Now, before that day, November 21st, had you ever met Darrell Brooks?
No.
You'd only heard his name from Erica?
Yeah.
Okay. After you split up with Erica and she went to hang out with Darrell, did Erica ever contact you or Nick after that point?
Yeah.
How did that contact take place? Did she like see you or did she call you? How
No,
did that
she
happen?
called me on my cell phone.
Okay. And what was the nature of that conversation?
That he was beating her up and he was following her.
Okay. What did you do when you learned this information from Erica?
Me and Nick started running to where she told us she was.
Where was that?
By the school.
Okay.
I forgot what school it was, but it was by the school.
All right. Did you?
And keep in mind, this is like a year after the event, so I cannot blame her for not knowing the exact address or the exact school where it was. Like, it's really difficult to remember all of that.
Find her?
Yeah.
Do you remember where you found her?
Right in front of the school.
Okay. Do you remember what was happening when you found her?
He was swerving into her.
When you say he, who are you talking about?
Darrell.
Darrell, the person?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear Darrell saying anything to Erica at that time?
He was yelling at her to get back in the car.
Okay. Did she?
No. She tried, but I pulled her away.
Okay.
Good.
Before you testified today, you reviewed a couple of surveillance videos. Is that right?
Yeah. No, not today, but a while ago.
A while ago, not
Yeah.
today. I'd like to put Exhibit 3 up on the screen for the witness for identification.
Go ahead.
So, Ms. Runkle, we're going to play a few moments from this video. I want you to watch and see if it's the same video that you've reviewed previously. Okay, so we're just going to play about 10 seconds here.
I could just tell that's her walking up.
Okay, let's pause there. So you viewed this video. Is it an accurate depiction of how the events unfolded in front of the school you're talking about?
Yeah.
I'd move Exhibit 3 into evidence and ask to publish.
You're going to notice a lot of cuts like the one before because this part of the trial had a lot of technical issues, and there was also a lot of time that they were just staring at the screen watching the video. So I cut those parts away just in the matter to move the flow of the video. But yeah.
Any objection, Mr. Brooks?
Yeah, my objection would be you've only played 5 seconds of the video, whereas the other 5 you just said 10 seconds that you would play. I'm curious to see the rest of the video.
You have all those videos in a USB drive that you were supposed to look at before everything of this happened. So why are you not already familiar with this video? Also, speaking of objections, if you look in the top right of your screen, I have a counter of how many objections has been since the first witness start. So put a comment on the, give me an approximate how many objections we're gonna have by the end of the trial. My guess is about 1,500. Just a approx.
Your objection is noted. It's overruled. This is for foundation to establish it's what the witness is going to testify about. She's testified. It's a fair and accurate depiction of what the events that unfolded in her presence. And I will receive Exhibit 3. Permission to publish is granted.
All right, we're going to hit play from the beginning.
There's his car.
Let's hit a pause.
Okay.
Let's hit pause. We're at 16 seconds. We saw a person wearing a blue shirt walking from the left. Do you know who that person is?
Erica.
Erica Patterson?
Yeah.
And when you said, there's his car, what car were you referring to?
The red one. The
And
SUV.
do you know who was driving that car?
Darrell.
Darrell Brooks?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, this would have been the first time you ever saw Darrell Brooks, is that correct? Okay. We're going to resume from that point, but wait until I pause again to speak again, okay?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So we'll play from 16 seconds. Paused at 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
Yeah, like that. It was just 2 minutes and 40 seconds of just silence and them staring at the screen. So I just cut that out.
During that clip, we saw a red SUV towards the top of the screen. Is that right?
Yeah.
And did you recognize that vehicle?
Yeah, that was Darrell's.
Okay. We see now at this stoppage point, we can see two people on the upper right-hand corner. Do you know who those people are?
Me and Nick.
Do you know which one you are?
The one with the green gloves.
So left or right?
I think.
As we're
The
looking.
one up in front.
And then there's a person with a white hood. Do you know
Yeah,
who that is?
that's Nick.
Okay, so you're the other one on the left?
Yeah.
All right. And you saw Erica?
Yeah.
All right. Let's resume playing at 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
And this is one of the things that I liked about me editing this, because if you see the last shot, it was a wide shot and you couldn't really see the people. So I was able to zoom in and now we can actually see what's going on. Pretty neat. Like there she is. They walk back. And then we lost, and there's Darrell Brooks.
Let's pause there. Pause to 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Who's the person in the gray hooded sweatshirt?
That's Darrell.
The objection's overruled. Her answer may stand.
That's Darrell.
How far away would you say your face was from Darrell's face at this point in the video?
I was chesting up.
Chesting up?
Yeah.
So I guess that's pretty self-explanatory. Do you see Darrell Brooks either in the courtroom or on any monitors in the courtroom right now?
Yeah.
Your Honor, and actually for this point I would ask that the court order the defendant to remove his mask.
Mr. Brooks, you're ordered to remove your mask.
Order there.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Mr. Brooks, we talked about this at a prior hearing. For purposes of identification, you're ordered to unmask.
Notice that he was immediately going to do it, but then he remembered, oh, I'm supposed to be against everything that everyone says, so I'm not going to do it. And then it's like, okay. So easy to.
Thank you, sir.
Ugh.
So now I'll re-ask that question. Mr. Runkle, do you see
Put it on.
Darrell, the person you're talking about in the video, either in the courtroom or on a monitor in the courtroom?
Yes.
Can you tell us where?
In orange?
On the monitor in front of you?
Yeah.
I'd ask the record to reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
The record will so reflect.
Yes,
Thank you,
put
Mr.
it back
Brooks. You
on.
can
Put it back
re-ask.
on. We don't need to see that.
Let's hit play and resume at 3 minutes and 19 seconds.
And he drives off into the sunset.
All right, we've reached the end. Ms. Runkle, can you tell us what was happening in that last portion of the video we just watched?
Well, before Erica, me, and Nick showed up in the camera, that's when I ran after Erica from getting ran over, and then she tried to jump in the car with him, and then I ended up chesting up to him, and then we ended up going at it. So yeah.
How would you describe the level of your volume during that interaction?
Like, what do you mean?
Were you yelling?
I'd say yeah.
Was Mr. Brooks yelling?
Yeah.
Was anybody else in that video, either Nick or Erica, were they yelling?
Erica was telling me to stop.
Okay. And what happened after the physical confrontation with Mr. Brooks?
Nick pulled me away.
And then what happened?
And then Brooks walked off
Did you see where he went?
into his car.
The red SUV in the video we
Yeah.
just watched? Was there anybody else in the SUV at that point that you saw?
No.
And what happened next?
After that, it was like he headed out.
Okay. Did Mr. Brooks say anything to you or Erica or Nick as he was leaving?
He told Erica he was... Oh.
The basis for your objection, you said objection, right?
Is hearsay and irrelevant?
Is it being offered for the truth of the matter asserted? From the
Well, it's
state?
a statement by a party opponent, so it's not hearsay.
Oh, it's his statement, sorry. I think I misheard what she said. All right. The objection is overruled. If it's, she may testify as to words that you spoke on this occasion. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's not telling what other people is telling what she heard that happened. It's different.
He told Erica that he was gonna find her and he's gonna kill her.
Can we pull up Exhibit 5 for the witness, please?
It's quite incredible that he laughs at that point. Like, you're in a trial that involves you running over multiple people. 6 of them didn't make it, and you're laughing about something that you may or may not have said. It's incredible.
Well, I guess while we're waiting on that, did you at any point come into contact with police or a police officer after Mr. Brooks left the scene that we just watched?
I forgot what that guy was at, the little stoppers, like where it stopped everybody. But we came into contact with him, and then he called the police officer, and then we had contact with the police officer.
Okay. At any point while Mr. Brooks was still present for the scuffle, did you or anybody else in your group call the police?
No.
I will confirm it's in front of mine and the witnesses monitor, or on our monitor.
Yeah, there were a lot of technical issues in this part.
All right, Ms. Runkle, I'm showing you on your monitor a photograph that's been marked as State Exhibit number 5. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
Who's in that photograph?
Erica?
Erica Patterson? Is that an accurate representation of how Erica looked the night of November 21st, so after the Waukesha Christmas Parade?
Yes.
I'd move Exhibit 5 into evidence and ask to publish.
Any objection?
Yup, on the grounds of that is hearsay.
The objection's noted. It's overruled. Exhibit 5 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
How can a picture be hearsay?
Were you with Erica Patterson the day before the parade, so November 20th?
Yes.
Did she have a swollen left eye on November 20th?
No.
I want to go back to the issue of police and whether or not you had contact with them. Can you describe in a little bit more detail what exactly happened?
It's so incredibly. It's incredible. It boggles my mind that he thinks that a picture can be hearsay. Like, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think that's possible.
Happened with law enforcement after the defendant left the scene that we just watched?
I'm not sure where we walked, but like I think we walked straight down to the parade. I'm not sure, but we stopped at these like stoppers where there was this I don't know what he's called. It's not a cop, but he was like a guard, and we ended up telling him that what happened, that Erica almost got ran over. I had to pull her away from the car, and he ended up calling the cops. He told us, hold on, let me call the cops, and a cop came, and we started talking to him.
Okay, but you don't, or do you remember the name of the officer that you spoke with?
I do not.
Okay. That's all the questions I have for this witness.
All right, Mr. Brooks, do you have any questions for this witness?
I sure do.
He's so eager to start talking because maybe he doesn't remember that he said some stuff, or maybe Kori didn't remember exactly what he said, but he's so sure that she's gonna get her. But he fails again.
So, my first question would be, you seem to be unclear about when you met Erica. Would you say it was roughly October or November, because you wasn't sure which one?
Roughly in between.
Roughly in between.
Yeah.
How is this relevant?
I know it was before Christmas.
Well, you just said that you had never seen her quote unquote boyfriend, or whoever she was referring to as that, before the Christmas parade. Is that correct?
Objections. He said she was not his boyfriend. Kori said that you weren't his boyfriend.
That was, the Christmas parade was November, right?
He's asking you if you had seen
Not before, but the Christmas parade was November. I'm just asking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so no.
Did she? Do you want her to restate her answer? She answered. She confirmed your question.
I wanted to be direct.
Okay, no, I have not.
So you just testified that you can identify who was driving the said vehicle as soon as you saw the video played. If you've never seen the driver before that day, how would you even know who it was?
Okay, that is one of the dumbest questions that he continues to do even after this day. Like, he thinks that because in the video she never seen him before, because of that, now that we are in the future, that she already had that situation happen, how can she know who was driving the vehicle? Because it's the future, Brooks. She already seen you drive the vehicle. So when she sees the video again, she knows that is you. It's that simple.
I'll object.
Thank you.
That is not a clear question. This is just going to confuse the witness. It's confused me.
Also stated, Mr. Brooks, rephrase the question, please.
It's dumb. It's so dumb that it...
Would you play the video
Zach's
again,
mind.
the first 10 seconds? I'm guessing that it was.
Be Exhibit 3.
Exhibit 3. You want the first 10 seconds of exhibit played?
Show the witness the first couple of seconds of the...
All right, it's up.
Please. How hard is to say please?
Now, you just testified.
Hold on, it's playing. You want it to stop now?
Stop.
Okay,
You
Play the
just
first 13 seconds for the witness.
thank you.
you just testified that as soon as you saw the vehicle come into the camera view, you said, "Oh, there's his car."
Yeah.
How would you know whose car it was if you've never seen this person before that day?
Do you
Can
understand the question?
yeah.
Go ahead and answer.
Because I was told that she was gonna meet up with Darrell Brooks.
So you were told this directly from Erica.
Yes.
Did at any time she ever tell you what kind of car he had and what kind of car he would be meeting up with her with, quote unquote?
No.
So how can you identify that it was the said person's car if you had no knowledge of what vehicle this said person would be driving, or who the person even was, or what the person even looked like?
This comment will only be relevant if in the video, before you pull up, she can be heard saying, "Oh, that's him. That's his car." I can understand if that's what happened, but that's not what's going on. She is in the future now. After she saw you get down from the car and get up again and drive off. That's why she said that's him, that's Darrell.
How would you know?
Because I was told it was Darrell Brooks.
And she doesn't even understand the question right, because Darrell Brooks is so dumb to ask a relevant and clear question. So she's thinking of something else.
And so you were told that it was this name,
Right.
but you were able to identify the vehicle and the person on the first day that you ever saw them.
Objection
Is that-
asked and answered.
Let him finish his question.
Again, as soon as the car came into camera view, you immediately said on the record just a few minutes ago, "Oh, there's his car." Who is his? Who were you referring to?
Darrell Brooks.
Yeah.
And you would be able to know that that was, quote unquote, Darrell Brooks just by seeing the car come into the view of the camera?
Now I'll object based on an asked and answered question.
Sustained.
Yeah. Move on.
Mr. Brooks, are you trying to ask her whether at the moment in time she first saw the SUV, did she know who was driving? That would be a relevant question.
Did you know who was driving the SUV that you saw when you saw it?
Not in court, but when you first saw it on that date.
Yes, because I don't see why Erica would be talking to anybody else and getting yelled at by somebody else.
But did you know at that moment who was driving the car?
No.
Yes.
No, you didn't know. You assumed because he was with Erica, and Erica told you that that she was meeting with Darrell Brooks. So the correct answer is no. But Darrell Brooks already used his word puzzles to confuse her.
And how would you know that? You just said that you had no knowledge of the vehicle that whoever Erica was meeting up with would be driving. So how would you know that?
Objection asked and answered and argumentative.
Yeah. Her answer previously, Mr. Brooks, was she's basing that on what someone told her, not based on what she saw at that point. That's at least how I took it.
So Erica told you the vehicle and how the vehicle would look?
No, ask and answer.
Do you understand the question?
No, because he already asked
Say
that.
that again.
Mr. Brooks?
Erica, I'm
restate
sorry,
the
Your Honor.
question. No, that's okay. Restate the question, sir.
so let's back up a little bit. Erica told you that she was meeting up with this Darrell Brooks, correct? That's what you said, right?
Correct.
And did she at any time tell you what vehicle this person would be driving and how the vehicle looked?
She did not.
There you go. You already answered that.
So, the first time you saw the vehicle, did you know who was driving the vehicle?
Yes, when she told me. When she told
What
me.
he's asking you though is, did you know based on personal observation,
Oh,
not
no,
based
not
on what
personal
someone
observation.
told you?
There you go.
Wait. So personal observation. Oh no, never mind. Okay, yeah.
So let's just make sure the record's clear what your answer is.
It's based on what I was told when I met up with her.
So it was told.
That's been established. It's been established what was told. So next question.
No, I was going to a different question. I
And
didn't
ask
get
it.
to it.
All right, well then ask it, please.
I'm trying to.
Do it then.
So you were told after the vehicle drove away and you and Erica were alone? Is that when you were told?
Yes.
So it would be fair to say that before you were told this, after the vehicle drove away, you did not know who was driving the vehicle, correct? Would that be fair to
Yes.
say?
Oh, I had a suspicion it was Darrell.
You had a suspicion or did you know?
Had a suspicion until I
So you
asked her.
didn't know.
Objection. Argumentative.
Yeah, so we've kind of been a little bit circular here. So the objection is sustained. I think we need to be clear, Mr. Brooks, when you ask your questions about what point in time. It's one thing to talk about when she first sees the vehicle because there's been no contact between her and the vehicle, but it's a different point in time when it's later. So you need to make clear at what point in time you're referring to so that your question is clear.
Got you. You identified the alleged defendant in court. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And the alleged defendant that you identified was the same person that you saw driving the vehicle that day.
Yes.
The video also shows that, well, let me back up. Matter of fact, let me ask a different question. You made reference to hanging out with Erica in the park, correct?
Yes.
With maybe one other person
Yeah.
present?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hanging out, what were you guys actually doing?
Drinking?
So, would it be fair to say that because of alcohol being involved, that there may have been a misinterpretation of what you saw? Or
No.
what you thought you saw?
Objection calls for speculation.
The question, the way it's asked, calls for speculation. If you could please rephrase it.
Oh, I actually different. How much were you drinking? Was it a few beers, a bottle,
Half a
something to that
pint.
effect? Half a pint. Do you remember what you were drinking?
How much is half a pint? I don't know pints or ounces. Half a pint. All right. Okay.
Vodka.
Do you remember if Erica was drinking?
She was.
And you said that you separated at one point to go hang with another person. I can't remember the name, but would that be fair to say that
Were you not paying attention?
you separated from Erica to go hang out with another person?
I did say that.
Was that person also drinking that day?
No.
Did that person overhear any conversation between you and Erica?
No.
Would that be the same person that was saw in the video?
Yes.
So that would be Nick. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And is it true that you did give a statement about what you saw and heard that day? Would that be
Yes.
fair to say? Would it be fair to say that in this statement that you gave, you never mentioned the person that you saw driving make any threats? Would that be fair to say?
I never mentioned.
Well, I have the statement right here in front of me. Would it be fair to say that the statement that you gave that day, that you do not say in your statement that you heard any threats being made or yelled towards Erica? Would that be fair to say?
Possibly.
So do you remember giving a statement?
I remember giving a statement.
Do you remember what you said in your statement?
I do.
So I'm going to ask you again because I just asked. I have your statement in front of me. You did not mention any threats being yelled or made towards Erica.
Objections, he's testifying.
Would that be fair to say?
I did mention some.
What exactly did you mention?
That you were yelling at her, saying that you were gonna kill her and to get in the car.
And that's in your statement.
Yes.
Would you like me to read your statement to you?
The thing is that this is not her statement. She gave a statement to an officer, and then an officer wrote it down. So in translation between Kori, officer, paper, that could have been lost. Like Bill Murray.
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah, sure.
So I'll object based on the procedure that the defendant is employing at this point.
Sure. Mr. Brooks, there is a procedure. I can have the state bring up her statement, I hope, electronically to show her. It would,
That
and
would be
then
fine, Your Honor.
all right.
Bring it up for her to see.
You'll want to direct her to what part. You can ask her to review it, ask her if that refreshes her recollection, and then you can ask her a question.
I don't like that she tells him what to do. I know that she's doing it to move the trial along, but she should not say that.
Or even show her that and ask a direct question about it would be another way.
Okay, this is not it right now.
No, they'll get it up. It just takes a moment.
Okay, I'm sorry. Excuse me, Your Honor, if I may ask you, are we still on the record right now? Or we are? Okay.
We are. We're just taking a stretch break, but we're still on the record why they.
Okay. I was gonna say something to the bailiff, and I didn't want to be disrespectful by.
Do you want me to mute you for a second so you can?
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. When will I be allowed to come back into the court so I can see everything?
You have earned your right to come back, sir. I mean, I can bring you back if you want to finish your questioning here.
I do.
All right, we'll take a short break for you to do that. Then, before we bring out the jury, if we need to talk procedure, or Attorney Wichow, if there was something you wanted to address.
Thank you. I think there may have been some misunderstanding on the nature of this statement in question. This witness provided a statement to a police detective who then wrote a police report summarizing the statement. So the proper method at this point for the defendant would be to confront her by orally quoting from that, asking if she said or didn't say these things.
Yeah.
To show her this statement we're not refreshing her recollection. She didn't write this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
see.
that's exactly what I said. Like, she didn't put those words on paper. So whatever that says is not what she actually said, you know?
So I didn't know that, but that certainly makes a lot of sense. Mr. Brooks, did you hear what Attorney Wichell just said about the procedure?
Is it a way to verify that that is in fact procedure? Just to be clear for the record. Can we verify it?
I had referenced earlier that I thought you were trying, we might be showing her the statement to help refresh her recollection, but I don't have any of the statements in front of me, and I wasn't aware that it's the police report that may be referenced as written by someone other than this witness. She wrote a statement apparently, but the police report is a summary of her statement. So
how it that kind of makes it problematic though. You could probably see what I'm getting at, Your Honor, by if it's a summary of what she said.
Do you have the statement do you have a written statement of hers?
Yes, I'm trying to get back to it. You know, I got a lot of stuff coming over here.
I know.
No, you don't have a written statement of it. You have the police report.
The statement, I suggest that Mr. Brooks read directly from the statement the portions that he's asking the witness about and ask her if she did or didn't say those things he's reading.
Even Zach is telling him what to do, just so we can move on.
Does the state have it available to put on the monitor if he's having difficulty finding his copy?
Sure.
Let's do that, please.
What was that? The last part, I'm sorry.
It'll be on the monitor in front of you. Oh, we can, yeah, there you go. If you can't find, this is this.
Oh, there's a little.
Up. Bottom of page 2. Oh,
Right there.
Right there. In summary.
Why don't you read that to yourself and see if that helps you formulate a question.
Does anyone else, I don't know, that this could be something, but does anyone else read like that? Like you have to like move your head all the way so you did like a typewriter? Because I just moved my eyes. But look at him. He's like a human typewriter.
You need to scroll down a little bit.
Yeah. That's all I need.
Okay. Do you want any part of this shown to the witness?
Yeah. I want to go to that top part that I read first.
Oh, actually, I think we were talking about he doesn't need to refresh. I don't think it's been established he would need to refresh her recollection yet. She's testified from her memory. So you can use what's in this statement, sir, to formulate questions on cross-examination. And you can use leading questions.
That's a really important moment that I didn't catch before in the past viewing. She tells him directly that he can ask leading questions. Then at some point in the future, he's gonna be like, I didn't know that I could do that. But she literally tells him that he can do that in cross, which is really important. But before, since he's gonna take like an hour, there's like an hour left in this video. I'm gonna cut it here so we don't have a 2-hour video. But tomorrow we're gonna come back with him in the court and asking all these. Oh boy, get ready for tomorrow. It's gonna be rough. But thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.